everyone. So for today's video, I'm gonna share with you how to fill out W-8 Ben. If you are a freelancer working for a US counterpart, most likely even before you start to work on their work request, they will be requesting you to fill out W-8 Ben. Actually, there are some counterparts who just ask you to fill out the form that will tell if you that will ask you if you are not really a US person. They will not even tell what form to fill out. But this is I'm sharing with you this video as a Filipinos, majority in the workforce are enjoying, I would not say majority, but a lot in the workforce now aims to really have work-life balance, and they intend to really work from home. So most of them are really looking for work outside the Philippines, because of course it has higher pay. So if your employer is a US citizen, they'll be asking you to fill out this a form, a certificate saying that you're not a US citizen. So what are you going to pull out? So you have to pull out from the IRS website, or even look in via Google, W8 Ben. I'm recording this 2024. If there will be revisions after this, then of course I just have to get the most updated form. But content wise, I think if there will be additions, um, then there will be, I'll try my best to update. But for now, for the time being, this is the most updated tax form I see on the website, or I saw on the website. So this is what I'm going to fill out if I'm going to have an employer in the US. So preparing in advance. So this one, so you put your name, your country of citizenship, Philippines, your address here, a permanent address, the town, even country here. So if your permanent address is different from your mailing address, then you have to indicate it in number 4. All right. So if you also have a social security number or item, then you have to indicate it here. Um, then the foreign tax identifying number, this is under perspectives. That means our TIN here in the Philippines. So it consists of 9 digit, and then you have to indicate in number 8 your birthday. All right. Um, just leave blank 6B and 7 if you cannot if you don't have any information to fill it out. All right. Then for part 2, I indicated here for number 9. I certify that the beneficial owner, which is me, is a resident of the Philippines with the meaning of the income tax treaty between the US and that country. So that means Philippines. So special rates and condition. I really don't know, maybe I'm not really looking too far, but I saw when I searched YouTube, there was one influencer, he mentioned just put the country without even indicating what to put in number 10. But in my case, if it will be me, I will indicate Article 15 to 2. So, and if the treaty identified on number 9 about to claim a blank rate, I should put here 0 rate. I'll show you why. Rate of withholding on specific type of income, which is independent personal services. So, before I submit it, I have to sign and then put my name, printed name here, and then the date I sign. Alright? So, or even the date to submit it, right? So I'm going to show you where did I got this one, Article 15.2.2. Here, if you're going also to look to the IRS website, you can just Google and look for the treaty between the US and the Philippines. So here in this document, it's a treaty between the US and the Philippines, Income Tax Convention with the Republic of the Philippines, and exchange notes. So the US has spent several treaties with other countries, so you will be able to find somehow similar formatting, but of course different content. All right. So here, when I try to browse and look for information that would fit my need regarding if I'm going to perform services in the US, I saw somewhere here it just don't have any paging number here. It's if it's this is page 31. I'm using uh the total of the page of the treaty is 31 pages. So looking into page 3, it says here income derived by the resident of one country from the performing services in the other country is exempt from tax. Okay, that's why I said a while ago I should put there 0 for that other country, unless the individual remains there 90 days or longer during the year, or in the cases of services performed in an independent capacity. Now, if the gross remuneration exceeds 10,000 or a higher amount agreed to by the authorities of the two countries, although gross remuneration determines whether tax liability arises, the tax would be imposed on net income. All right? And then the 90 period is consistent with the United States statutory rule concerning employees of foreign companies in the United States. The condition for exemption of entertainers performing services in that country is that the income for such services not exceed the lesser of $500 per day or $3,000 per year. So, if you will drill down, looking into Article 15 for my situation, because there are several topics here. We have royalties, um, dividends, capital gains. So I'll focus here on Article 15, Independent Personal Services. This is what I quote. So let's read. For Article 15, income derived by an individual who is a resident of one of the contracting states from the performance of personal services in an independent capacity may be taxed. Okay? They use the may be taxed by that contracting state, except this is now the exception, except as provided in paragraph 2 rather. Such income shall be exempt by tax by the other contracting party. Except as provided in paragraph 2, it may be exempt. This will be exempted. Paragraph 2, income derived by an individual who is a resident of one of the contracting states from the performance of personal services in an independent capacity in the other contracting state may be taxed. Okay, it may be taxed by other contracting state if he has fixed regularly available to him. If he has a fixed base regularly available to him in the other contracting state for the purpose of performing his activities. So if you're going to see the other side of the coin, if you have an irregular or if you have no fixed income, then you will be exempted. So you see the other side of the coin. So it says here, it shall be exempt from tax by the other contracting party. And this was negated in the second paragraph. It may be taxed. So here, it has enumerated here the situation wherein you will be taxed. Okay? So don't be confused if in the subsections here it is indicated if you will be taxed, but here in the first paragraph it says here it shall be exempt, because if you will look into this one in paragraph 2 sub A, he may be fixed. He has a fixed base regularly. So if you may be taxed if you have a fixed base regularly, if you're present for a period of periods of aggregating 90 days, and if your gross remuneration exceeds $10,000, you may be taxed. But if the situation, if your current situation does not fall into these conditions, like if you don't have a regular income, if you are not present in the US, so you're working from home, and then your gross remuneration does not exceed 10,000, then your income shall be exempt. All right, so I hope it's clear. So if it's kind of confusing, you can just review again my video. So there are two contradictory statements here, but you just know how to harmonize it. Generally, it says here it shall be exempt. It shall be exempt. Okay, and it quoted number 2. However, in number 2, it says here it may be taxed, because they had enumerated what are the situations that you may be taxed. So if you did not meet the situations, all right, then that's the time that you'll be exempted from being taxed. So I hope that's clear. If you feel, that's why I indicated it here, Article 15.2.2, Independent Personal Services. So I'm not just trying, I wouldn't suggest that you just confine your readings here. If you have other scenarios, like if you're performing dependent personal services, you can browse over. If you're an artist and an athlete, so you have here several articles relating to that one. So, of course, that W8 bin will be changed depending on the circumstances. Now, if you think that my interpretation is not aligned with yours, feel free to put your comments below. So I would, of course, revisit and see where am I probably misinterpreted this treaty. But right now, this is how I interpret it. All right. So thank you everyone. So if you find value in what I shared to you today, I really appreciate if you will like this video, share it with your colleagues who could also be a future freelancers, or probably who are current freelancers right now, and even subscribe to my YouTube channel. All right. Thank you everyone. I really appreciate you reaching up to this point. All right. Thank you.